Really happy that we played better in the second half, and you got to commend McNeese State. They came in here and really took it at us inside. 28 points in the paint in the first half. We were not good in terms of our defense in the post. Second half, we did a better job discouraging the ball in there. Also did a real good job doubling the posts because we had a hard time guarding, especially Hines. He was fantastic, which we knew he'd want to have a great game. He's coming home. He's from Mississippi, and, you know, he's from Jackson area, and he was really good. You know, so credit them. I thought they really were well coached, and I have great respect for Heath. I thought we had some really good performances tonight, especially Lamar Peters and Reggie Perry. I mean, I thought Lamar really played well tonight, shot the ball extremely well, made a lot of good decisions. Reggie had his best game of the year. You know, 15 points, 9 rebounds, took a charge, did all the right things for us defensively, and he played his longest stretch than he's played. He looked good, and I was pumped up about that because we need him coming on like that. But this was an important win, and now it sets up a big day, 2 week or 2 practices coming up for the game against Clemson on Saturday. But getting back to this game, this was an important win. I thought we did a much better job, and you know, if we don't start at the defensive end, you know, we're going to struggle, and that's what we've got to get back to now a little bit. You know, tonight we shot what 44%, but 45 from 3. That was the huge stat offensively. And I thought we got to the line a lot more. We got to the line 10 times in the first half. We made a concerted effort to get it inside more, which was good. We gotta be able to score down there.
We'll go ahead and start with David in the front, and then we'll go.
Obviously, it worked tonight, but you know, Lamar shooting 13 of the 16 shots from 3-point range. Is that just kind of taking what the defense gives you? Are you okay with that? I mean, like I said, obviously it worked, but
yeah, I thought that the way they played ball screens, they're giving up the 3 a little more, and why wouldn't they? We're shooting 29% as a team from 3, so they're trying to get us to shoot the 3 a little more, and he's knocking them down. He stayed here this morning after our walkthrough at 8:15 in the morning and got up a bunch of shots, and I thought it really was good. And you know, this is great. This is great that he's knocking those down because he's a good shooter. He's put the time in, but he got better looks tonight. You know, I mean, he really did, and I thought he was fantastic tonight.
And they threw a lot at you schematically to get to the rim, but what do you think your lane defense was lacking in the first
Well,
half?
I thought that we weren't discouraging the ball in the post on their post feeds enough. I thought that their slips, they did a lot of slipping, and we didn't react well from the weak side. I thought our communication was lacking, especially early in the first 10 minutes of the game. But you know, credit them. They're a very well coached, good offensive scheme team. In 29 for 50, we had to make 3s to win this game. We did a great job on the boards. We outboarded them by 17. So 19 offensive rebounds is big, and I bet a bunch of them came in the second half. And Reggie Perry had some key ones. Eric Holman had some. So, you know, Eric did some things to help us with 3 blocks and 11 rebounds, even though he wasn't shooting the ball great.
We'll stay in the front. We'll go into Coach's right.
The 19-0 run to start in the second half, what was working so
Hallelujah.
What was working so well on both ends of the floor?
I just thought we got into a groove, and we had a group in there that was really playing well together. Getting stops, leading, you know, our best offense is getting a stop and outletting it and getting out in transition. That's when we're at our best, when we're getting up and down. And we scored 90 points, so, you know, that's a positive.
Go ahead and keep it in the front with Joel.
Of course, you mentioned Reggie having maybe his best game tonight, and with him, of course, Abdul's back now. And just where does this front court kind of sit now? With I guess this is your 4th team here to stay. Where does your big guys and things? Where kind of evaluate where they are now as compared to maybe a year or 2 ago?
Yeah, I think this is our best front line. I mean, you know, we have a senior in Eric, a redshirt sophomore in Abdul has experience from the previous year. We had McDonald's All-American, who's really going to be a good player and getting better right before our eyes. I mean, I'm so excited about Reggie's growth as a player. And then we have good depth up there. You know, Keyshawn Fizel, EJ Datcher, we can go match up with stretch fours that are really threes like Robert Woodard did. You know, tonight did it up in Dayton. So, you know, he's versatile because Robert can play multiple positions. So it's big for us.
Brett and Steve.
I like our front line.
Yeah.
You mentioned Lamar's a really good catch and shoot 3-point shooter, and that was obviously on tonight. Is this kind of what he can be as a 3-point shooter when he's making the right decisions with the ball?
Yeah, what happens is when you start knocking down the catch and shoot, then you get that feel, and then he made a few off the bounce. All of a sudden, yeah, I got it going, baby. And you can see that a little bit in him, and I was happy for him. You know, he's put an incredible amount of work in, and so this is, I think, a big moment.
Go ahead, Steve in the back.
Coach, even in the loss of Arizona State, you guys have found the gas pedal in the second half. Is there a common denominator with any of that? How are you guys able to kind of find that?
You know, the Arizona State game still, I'm amazed that our team traveled 10 hours and get there at 3:30 in the morning the day before we're playing. That was like about as unsmart, really stupid thing that I've done since I've been the coach here. So that loss is on me. And they're really good. I mean, they're ranked top 20. But, you know, they flew an hour. They're about 10 minutes from the airport. There in Phoenix and Sky Harbor, and you know we're traveling all the way across the country. But you know that both times, you know, about our second half tonight, our second half in that game, we were down. It was like I was getting after them at halftime. But you know this is really big for us, and we got to lay it all out there. You know, so I thought we did that in the second half.
Go ahead and go to the second row here to the right.
Coach, obviously you got more opportunities with this non-conference schedule, and another one comes up Saturday with Clemson. Just where do you think your team is right now with the challenges they faced so far?
Well, I mean, the last game at Dayton was a great win. Really a gut check win in a phenomenal environment with an incredible crowd. Tonight we had a similar situation where they're playing, you know, about as perfect as you can, and coming in, they had no pressure. They're 2-5 coming in here, you know, and I keep trying, you know, to emphasize to our players that, you know, anybody can beat you on a given day. Anybody can beat us on a given day, and we can beat anybody on a given day. And it's all about how we approach it. We control ourselves, and you know, now I mean we got 23 games before we get to you know, the conference tournament. If I'm doing the math correctly, and every one of them is going to be incredibly difficult. So it's going to be tough, and we got to be mentally strong to deal with it.
We'll go back to Brett here to coach's left.
The behind the back pass Eric made to Lamar for the 3 in the first half went almost all the way across the court. Is that one of the more impressive things you've seen Eric do?
I wasn't excited about it. So impressive maybe in a, you know, too loose way, yeah, for me. During that juncture, at that time, I wasn't really excited about it. Glad it worked out.
Speaking of your excitement level, you know, we see Vic Schaefer take his jacket off almost every game. This is what you don't do it very often. What had you emotionally into this game to make the jacket come off?
Knowing how every game is so important to this team, and you know, I was trying to. It's happened the last 3 games, I think. I know I'm not quite so overweight where I don't look quite as bad with my, you know, jacket off. When I first got started in coaching at NAU, I never wore my jacket, and I didn't wear it much at Pitt. And at UCLA, I started to wear it because you know, I was getting a bunch of nasty comments. You know, what are you doing not wearing your jacket? So if I, you know, yeah, I'm more comfortable at times without it on.
Anything else for Coach? All right, we'll see you guys Thursday.
Thank you.
That's good. Lamar, it was obviously a pretty good night for you from the 3-point line. What were your conversations with Coach Allen like to get yourself in a rhythm there?
Take better shots. You know, instead of just taking all the hard contested shots early, make a couple open ones first. Then the tougher shots start to fall. So just being a better point guard out there, making better reads. That's about it.
What's a better shot for you?
Like, you know, not a highly contested shot. Just wait till you come open, knock a few open ones down, then I can come off the bounce and shoot. Because I normally take a lot of quick shots early into the shot clock. So he's just been talking to him about making good shots. When I take a good shot, I'm a good shooter.
Go to the back.
Lamar, there's some times that you're a little more, I guess, emotional on the court.
Yeah.
When you start handling the ball, is there something you sense when you start breaking a guy down that you know you can take him off the dribble that happens early in the ball game or late in the ball game?
Coaching them preach that to me like every day. Like, nobody can stand in front of you, use your speed and athleticism to get around others to create for our bigs, create for our shooters. So I just like to capitalize on that and just use my speed to create for these guys.
Go ahead and go to the back left here.
Lamar, obviously a lot was going right offensively, but defensively, I think McNeese shot like 65% in that first half. What was kind of going wrong for them to get some shots, and what did you guys do to kind of correct that in the second half?
We want to give credit to them. They made a couple tough shots, and there was a way more patience than we expected. You know, they came out, grinded the clock, got the ball to their shooters, and I want to give credit to them. They played good, but we just had to go into the second half with a little more energy to come out and play hard to win this game.
Go over here.
Reggie, another solid game. It seemed like you're getting more and more comfortable on the court. You feel that confidence starting to build?
Yeah, I feel like my confidence has gone way up since I've hit a couple shots the last few games. I feel like I've been getting in better condition too over these past couple days since our last game.
Go ahead, Tyler.
Reggie, what did you guys do differently in that second half? They had 28 points in the paint in the first half. They only had 4 in the second half.
Yeah, well, in the second half, we just wanted to come out with a lot more energy. So we came out with a lot more energy, and then we just did a couple things in post defense.
Keep it in the front.
Lamar, can you kind of evaluate, you see these guys in practice every day, but what Reggie and Abdul and Eric in this front court does now compared to maybe some of the other teams that you've been on here?
These guys, this is the best year we have, like with the group of guys getting in the gym working. You know, they've been working a lot. Reggie stays in the gym, Eric, Abdul. So that's why those guys playing good. They're in better condition and knocking down shots because of the work they're putting in. I just want to see them to continue to put the work in because it's paying off for us.
Go ahead to the second one, then we'll come back to Tyler.
Reggie, I don't think you only had 1 rebound or no rebounds in the first half. What was different? What was working for you in the second half?
Well, I wanted to stay out of foul trouble coming out in the second half, but I still wanted to be aggressive. So Coach Allen just told me to stay aggressive and don't worry about picking up your third foul. And so I just crashed the boards a lot harder.
Go ahead, Tyler, and then we'll head it to the back.
Lamar, we talked a lot about how you're trying to transition into a true point guard this year, but when you have a game like tonight where you take 13 threes, you make 8 of them, you kind of start feeling the sense that you've been a scorer all your life, and in a game like this, throughout the game, you're like, you turn into a pure scorer again?
Well, Coach, he wanted me to turn into a true point guard, but he also wanted me to shoot the ball. So he's like, you know, when you got open shots, take those shots, but, you know, pray for the other guys first. I can always get my shots at the end of the shot clock when we go into ball screen action. But my job first is to get those guys involved, but he always tell me, when you got open shot, take it and knock it down because he believes in me.
Got time for a couple more. We'll go back to Steve.
Lamar, people are used to you making big assists and kind of a fancy play, but Eric Holman made a behind-the-back pass and knocked down that through there. What's it like to be on the receiving end of a great dish like that?
I see it a lot in practice from Keyshawn, Reggie, and Eric. Those guys are skilled bigs who can make passes like that. So I wasn't surprised to see him come with it because he always do it in practice.
Any other questions for the players before we let them go? All right, thank you guys.